Okay, so let's go ahead and add the rotation, and after that we will test our game. Okay, so for that, first of all, right here we need to create a float by the name of rotation speed, and that's gonna be equals to, let's just say, 12. Okay, and after that let's create a method by the name of handle rotation, and in here let's create a vector 3 by the name of target direction. This is going to be equals to vector 3 dot 0. After this, the target direction will be equals to the camera object dot forward. Let's multiply that by the input manager dot vertical input. After this, target direction will be equals to target direction plus camera object dot right. Let's multiply that by the input manager dot horizontal input. Okay, then we're gonna normalize this. So we will say target direction dot normalize. Okay, these lines are just similar to what we did in the movement. Okay, and then let's set the target direction dot y to 0. Okay, after this we're gonna create a quaternion by the name of target rotation, and this is gonna be equals to quaternion dot look rotation. Let's pass the target direction right here, and then we're gonna say quaternion player rotation equals to quaternion dot lerp, and let's pass transform dot rotation, and then the target rotation, then the rotation speed, and multiply that by time dot delta time. Okay, then the transform dot rotation will be equals to the player rotation. Now in this handle rotation method, what we did right here is we declare a vector3 variable by the name of target direction and initialize it to vector3 dot 0. Then right here what we did is, first of all, we calculates the target direction based on input received from the input manager and camera orientation. Then after that we multiplies the camera forward vector by the vertical input to get the forward direction. Okay, then we adds the camera right vector and multiplied by the horizontal input to get the staff direction. Okay, and then on the third line we normalize the target direction to ensure constant magnitude regardless of direction, and then we sets the target direction dot y to 0 to prevent tilting or rotating vertically. Okay, then right here what we are doing is we first of all calculates the target rotation quaternion using quaternion dot look rotation, which aligns the forward vector of the object with the specified target direction. Okay, and then on the second line we uses quaternion dot lerb or slurb to interpolate smoothly between the current rotation, which is transform dot rotation, and the target rotation. Okay, and then the interpolation factor is controlled by the rotation speed multiply by time dot delta time, where this time dot delta time ensures smooth rotation over time. Okay, and then right here we sets the player transform rotation to the calculated player rotation, effectively rotating the player towards the target rotation. Okay, so overall the handle rotation method calculates the target direction based on player input and camera orientation, and calculates the target rotation using quaternions, smoothly interpolates the player rotation towards the target rotation, and applies the rotation to the player transform. This helps in aligning the player orientation with the desired movement direction, enhancing the player movement. Okay, now everything is set up, but as you know that these methods are private. Okay, so what we will be doing with this is we're gonna create a main method for this handle movement, handle rotation, and we will call that inside that main method. Okay, and then we will call that main method on another script which we will be creating in just few moments. Okay, first of all, right here let's create a public void by the name of handle all movement, and in here let's call the handle movement method and then the handle rotation. Okay, and then let's get back to the input manager, and right here we have this method. So first of all, right here let's say public void. Actually now let's make this private, so name this as handle all inputs. Okay, in here we will call this handle movement input method. Okay, and in the future we will call all of the other methods which will be for handling the jumping, sprinting, etc, etc. Okay, now once you do this on both of these script, now get back right here and let's create a C# script by the name of player manager. Now let's open the script, let's remove all of that, and at the top let's make a reference to the input manager script first of all. After this, we're gonna make a reference to our player movement script, and then in the awake method what we will do is we will set up the references. So first of all, let's start from the input manager. It will be equals to get movement input manager and then the player movement. So this will be equals to player movement. Okay, then in the update method we're gonna call the input manager dot handle all inputs, and then in the fixed update we're gonna call the other one. Okay, so fixed update player movement dot handle all movement. Alright, so once you do this, get back right here, and as you know that we don't have any camera in our environment, so we're gonna add a camera right here. Let's name this as main camera, and let's reset this main camera. Where is it? Right there. Okay, move it closer to the player so that we can see the player like this. Okay, so now we have the camera. Now on the player movement, as you can see, we have this camera object. So now the camera object will be equals to camera dot main dot transform. Okay, now get back right here, and right here we're gonna add the player manager script. So let's drag and drop that. Then let's add the rigid body to the player, and let's stop the rotation on XYZ because we will be handling rotation on our own. And then we will also add a capsule collider. So add a capsule collider. Let's click on scene view, double click on player. As you can see, there is our capsule collider. Let's move it to 1 on Y, make the radius 0.3 and the height, let's just say 2. Okay, so as you can see, there it is. Let's move it a little bit upwards like that. Okay, so let's make this 1.2. That's it. And guys, before playing the game, let's remove this line and make this camera object public. Okay, and when you do that, get back right here, drag and drop the camera object in there, and then let's go ahead and play the game. So now if we move our player forwards, as you can see, the player is moving forward. If we move it backward, the player moves backward, and to the left and right as well. And as you can see, the player can rotate as well. But for example, if you rotate the player to the left side, the player just switch back to the front, as you can see. So if you want, you can leave the player like this, but if you don't want it, then we will make this change in the next video. Okay, so with this done, let's end this video right here.